Humanidad, los amo a todos con toda la fuerza y todo el corazón. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. I'm so Ray, a messenger of the Republic of Planet Earth. Who we are? Who we are, our species, the human species. So today's video is called Gravitate. Gravitate. So what is gravitate? Well, it's the new gravity of the surface of planet Earth. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop it to 8. Why? Because we're getting rid of the moon. The moon's not gonna be here much longer. So we're gonna get rid of the moon. How? Because we have a bridge, and this is a spaceship planet. This is a mothership planet, spherical mothership, planet Earth. And our bridge is here in what is known as Antarctica. We have a central city there. And we're gonna move it to where it's supposed to be, which is the equator, and it will look like this. It will look beautiful, and the water will be under it, which is the Pacific, and there will be no flooding, there will be nothing. Everything will be done in a very, very, very civilized manner. Totally peaceful. It's a transition. It's structured and organized to the Republic of Planet Earth and our central city, the capital. And because the gravity, the engine of this mothership is off, so the gravity is 0. But when we turn it on, we're gonna immediately, when we turn the engine on, we're going to activate our defense grid, and that's gonna bounce the moon off. So the moon's not gonna be here any longer. And the defense grid comes out of the Pyramid of Giza, as is known, beams up, and it creates a defense grid. And then everything that is not human technology, it ceases to exist if it's in an atmosphere. And if it's not, it gets bounced off. And then it goes away with all the different arrays of all these different moons outside that are not non-human technology. So essentially what happens as a result of that? Well, we turn the engine on, and then we can move the planet to the actual location and reorganize our structure as a civilization. Because this 9.4 gravity is created by the moon and all these other objects orbiting around us. But once that out, that gravity, we can set the gravity that we choose, because this is a mothership planet. So we're gonna start with 8 because it's lighter, and it averages out our population worldwide. It's good. It's a good distribution of oxygen, given a new gravity in which we're gonna be less dense. So we're gonna have more oxygen, and we're gonna be lighter in terms of density, which makes us much more energetic. Why? Because oxygen is energy, and we breathe it. So we're breathing oxygen, and then we remember our brain cells, synapses, electricity is current, signaling. So what happens? Because of the signaling, that means that we're gonna be able to use a lot more of a potential of our brain, which is infinite in nature. So we're gonna have faster, we're gonna be smarter, put it that way. So our IQ, the average IQ will go up 1,000 points, maybe more. The average. So there will be hyper geniuses and ultra geniuses and mega minds and super geniuses in the society, as there always been, but the average will go up 1,000 points, because we're gonna have our throughput of thoughts will be a lot faster. So we talk, that idea of neuroplasticity will cease to exist, because it's the opposite. We don't want to have we don't want to solidify things with recurrent habits. What we want to have is a fully liberated brain in which it lights up all at once, because in that way we're using every cell for every thought. And when we do that, it's different, because we can have an infinite number of thoughts in 1 second, because we have an infinite number of cells, brain cells, because we're infinite. So, but the average will be around 1 million thoughts per second. That will be the new average. So we are all gonna be extremely intelligent. So that's one of the things that would happen immediately. So you're gonna start to just accelerate incredibly fast. Your life, you just like everything will just get reorganized and structured automatically as a natural process of evolution by dropping the gravity to 8, because our biology is already designed for this. But one of the beautiful things of this is that in this transformation of your brain, because it's just natural, more oxygen, and oxygen is the fuel of the brain cells. So you are just increasing, just the throughput is just through the roof. So that's why this happens. So, but at the same time, why 8? Because we can drop it to lower, but it will be, we need to climatize to the planet's atmosphere. So what that means is that we go through stages. And the first stage is at 8, gravity 8. Because we can still walk and move around as normal, like we used to, with this fake gravity of 9.4. So because of that, then it is an easier transition into having to just have more oxygen into your brain and your bodies. Because the oxygen is not only making you smarter, it's also making you stronger. Because you're less dense, but you still have a body. And then all this new oxygen is just like electrifying everything, because oxygen is energy, is a fuel. So this is a species that we are. So that means that our muscles are going to be supercharged. So which means that we can lift. And because the gravity is lower, the density of things feels lighter. So an object that could be, say, 100 kilos would feel like 20. So you can lift it with one hand. So we become super strong. Not only super geniuses, but super strong too. Our strength goes, it increases, I think at that rate of 8, it increases 4-fold or 8-fold. Because the scalar increases because of density. So it's around, the average human is around 8 times stronger. 8 times stronger. So an average human is stronger than like a apex gorilla. So think of an apex gorilla, a gorilla in its prime. Think of a gorilla in its prime, right? A strong gorilla, an alpha prime gorilla, right? At the apex of an entire, group in an entire habitat. Imagine that gorilla. You can imagine it, right? Well, we will be stronger than that. We can knock a gorilla of that with one punch out immediately. We can lift it and throw it over it, and it will run like a little rat. So that's the average strength of a new human. And our brain's extremely intelligent. And then imagine that, right? So because of the gravity, and that's when you add kinetic energy. So when a punch could feel like 1,000 kilos. And it's just touching someone. So you can hit a column and you would take down an entire thing if you hit the right column, right? You can take down a whole wall with one punch. So this is the level of strength. And also when it comes to running, you're not going to run at 30, 40, 50. You're going to be running at 100, 70, 80, 90. And you don't get tired. Why? Because you have more oxygen, so you have an ability to sustain phosphate, which means you don't get tired. And because you're staring at the sun and the energy comes from the sun, right? Because the energy comes from the sun, then you can sustain that energy rate without having to get hydrated with water or anything, because you got plasma energy and gamma energy within you. So you can sustain those rates. You can go 10 days without eating and you're going to be as strong as you were, or stronger, because you are fully loaded, right? You're in a state of what's known as a state of oneness. So you're just like in the zone, in flow, because you're here and now. You're one with everything. So you can just do incredible things. And then that's just baselines, right? Baselines. Any human can do that. This is not like special. No. There are super athletes and superhumans that will do much more than that, because they're just athletes. But the average human will be doing this. The average human. And that means that by lowering our density, we're going to start to shed weight. You just sweat it. It just goes away. The whole thing. Why? Because you got so much more energy and you're lighter. So you can move around, and in that way and because you're doing things that you couldn't do before, you can, 2 people can lift a cat that used to be 1,000 kilos, still 1,000 kilos in terms of matter. That's the density, the mass, the weight is there. The matter has that weight in relation to, what's been manufactured at that rate of density. But because all super strong, 2 people can lift a cat, because 1,000 kilos is like 200. or 300, and two strong men, can lift 150 kilos today. So 2 men can lift a car, and some women as well. Some women lift 150 kilos. So 2 of them can lift a 1,000 kilo car because it's the equivalent. It's a conversion because of the new gravity, the new density. So that's it, and that's the average human. And you can imagine, as we add up to that new reality, then we can drop the gravity. And then when we drop the gravity, well, you can imagine, right? Because then it's like we start to do other things that are much more incredible. But we go in stages. We start with gravity 8 because we are 8.3, 8.4 billion, and we all need to adapt to this new reality. With gamma rays and plasma energy and all these different things. Okay. So it takes time. So we do that. That's number 1. Number 2, then you're not gonna just be like, that's brute force. That's raw power. That's like you're lifting, your strength, your averages, your baselines of natural human strength because of gravity 8 and because of who we are. But that's just the average, because then you have to think of all the other baselines and all the other things, right? That's what makes us like high performance, because this is the average. These are the averages. But then that's just the body, because beyond the body we got infinite technologies, because we're the human race. Our planet is a spaceship planet that creates universes. We created these universes that we inhabit, and we're supercharging our spaceship planet, our mothership, in the central sun of the universe. That's why we've been here for so long, because we've been charging it. Because this was the first one that we created. And because this is the first spaceship that we created, it needed to be charged. But the new ones don't, because we have an infinite fleet of mothership planets across all the infinite number of universes that our species have created, because we're an infinite number of citizens. And I'm just a messenger of the Republic of Planet Earth. This is who I am. I'm Sora Ray. So having said that, imagine the support technologies to your raw force, right? To your brute force, to your natural abilities as a baseline. And you're going to have all sorts of systems supporting you. You're not just going to be like, a gorilla with nothing. No, you're going to have all sorts of technology that is interfacing with your DNA, with you, with your spherical technology. So you're not going to be just like doing things like that. You can support that with systems. All technologies, the most advanced technology that exists, because we're the most advanced species that exist, period. We're the first species to become one with everything and to create universes with planets that we created ourselves. So, and no one else can do that but us, the human race. So because we are these species, we all are these. This is not only 1 or 2, because we own the Republic of Planet Earth and we're all citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. If you have a human heart, you love. If you love, you are a citizen. And you have eyes, you can stare at the sun. You have a heart, you can love. So you love and you stare at the sun and evolve to infinity. Open the portal, build the bridge. Open your eyes, open your heart, open your mind, open your lungs, stare at the sun and build the bridge, right? And evolve to infinity. Remember who you are. When the city is open to everybody, our central city and our central island, as I explained, that's going to happen very soon. Everyone can just go there. There will be ports in the major cities and everywhere, really. So people can just move immediately there. And I find out who we are as a species and what we've gone through and all the things that have happened as a result of us being the creators of everything there is. Because we're incredible. This is who we are. So, and this is the new reality. Because we all citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. All humans are. So this is who we are. So you need to get used to this new mindset, because this is where you're headed. If you're born today, you're going to be living on a planet that is a mothership planet that the engine is on, and your gravity will be 8 for starters. And you have infinite freedoms because of who you are, because you're a compass and you're a sundial. All the things that you are as a species. Your ancestors created this universe and this planet. Okay, your ancestors created this universe and this planet. And this planet created this universe, because this planet creates universes. Because this planet is not a planet, it's a mothership planet, meaning it's a spaceship. It's a planet that moves, it's spherical technology that moves around. And we are parked at the central sun of the universe, because that's where we charge our first spaceship, which is this one that we created, that could create universes. Because we created this universe as a result of that a long time ago. And we are all here because we have been reawakened. So now, what happens? What happens? We have an infinite number of those planets, and each and one of you have one of those stored in your DNA, because we all have infinite DNA memories. Meaning, because we are the consciousness and self-awareness of infinity itself, of the creator, love, spherical energy that created us an infinite number of cycles in a different universe, where we created this first planet and came here from there. After creating an infinite number of universes, we needed to stop here to charge these, because it was the first model that we created and it needed to be recharged. But all the other ones don't have to, which are the ones stored in your DNA. So each and one of you have the DNA to actually have your own planet, so you can manifest your own planet with your energy once you evolve into infinity by staring at the sun and loving with all your heart and all your might, and using your plasma energy and your gamma energy to evolve to infinity. And once you do that, you're going to have your own planet, which will be a better version than this, that you design with your own thoughts and consciousness, so you yourself can command that and create an infinite number of universes, because this is who we are. All of us are this. This is the species that we are. We just didn't know who we are because our DNA was dormant. We were sleeping for a long time because we all ascended to infinity already. We were just all reawakened by the conditions of the universe, where we left our first spaceship, which is this one, when we evolved to infinity. But that's all going to be revealed, and everyone will going to be having updates of who they are by interfacing with our technology that is all in what is known as Antarctica. And that's not going to be the case anymore, because we're going to give it the name that it actually is. And that name is going to be released very soon once we move it to the equator. How our planet is actually called and everything. Okay, who we are, everything about us, because you're human. And you are a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth, and we have an infinite number of these ones. Okay, I'm just a messenger. I'm so Ray. So this is who we are. So that's all what's coming. So it's Gravity 8. So think about this idea. I have a lot of people who watch my videos, and they already are liking the content, and I'm sure that they are very much into what's happening. So because of that, it is important for the entirety of the planet to actually come to terms with what's coming, because it's going to happen. If you're alive today, you are going to go through this, because we all are. We all are, because we are all on the surface of the planet. But it's all positive. This is all good. As I explained, this is going to be a peaceful, civilized, organized, and structured transition. This is what's going to be. So, love with all your heart and all your mind. Start staring at the sun. Download your Republic of Planet Earth Constitution. Download your Constitution. Learn about your infinite freedoms. The links are there. Download the Creator. The mathematical equation of the Creator itself. Who created us? It's mathematical energy. Download it. Download the Prime Mover. The equation of creation. Download it. It's there. Test it. Create. I have given you all the blueprints you need to create an infinite number of things, because you have the Creator yourself. And you are the biology of the Creator. Everything is there. The zero. And the mathematics of zero. And how is it that zero is a singularity and infinity equals zero. I have provided that equation as well. I have provided multiple proofs. 3 or 4 proofs already that are mathematical in nature. That are all testable and applicable in real life. And you yourself can recreate universes, because this is how those are the foundational principles that we used when we first created this planet to create it, so we can evolve into infinity and start creating universes with it, which is what we've done an infinite number of cycles ago. And this is the planet that where we did everything, so we're going to do it again because we've done it already. But what happens is that because we've done it already, inside of each of us is the DNA of everything that there is, including your spaceship planet. Why? Because our DNA is the DNA of the Creator. Because we are the creators. So because we are these, we create universes that essentially form life forms as a result of the energy from the central suns that we create when we create these universes. Everything that is created by us is stored in our DNA. So we contain the DNA of everything that there is and will always be, because we created everything. After the universe that created us. Because we became bigger than that, because evolution. The Creator evolved into us. We became the Creator. So, because the Creator needed to be smarter And we became that, the vehicle of that. So this is who we are. And the creator still exists through us, because now we create the creator because we control it, because we got the equation of what the creator is that created us in spherical energy, the energy of central suns. And that's why we like our infinite energy, because we are ourselves essential suns. We're suns. We're the sons of suns. This is who we are. This is one of the terms of our infinite species. Suns. All of us. We're the sons of suns. Each and one of us is a sun. Central sun of energy. Spherical electromagnetic field of infinite eternal creation. Love. The highest energy of creation, because love itself is the creator. So we are love, right? We all feel love. Why? Because we're the biology of love. We are the creator, biologically speaking. We create everything. We create universes with our spaceship planets. This is just the first one. But we have an infinite number of them because we're infinity ourselves. It's just we're going through stages because infinity is so infinite that we had to do it again once more. Because of everything, how everything is, how incredible we are. So we're just going through an infinite cycle out of an infinite number of cycles again. But we've all done these already. This was the beginning of the beginning of the beginning of the very beginning of everything that we've already done. So we're redoing it because this is a DNA memory of that, everything that we've done. I'm just a messenger. The Republic of Planet Earth, that's all I am. I'm a messenger. So this is a species that we are. We're an incredible species. We're a remarkable species. We're the human race. So remember, this video is gravity 8. And we can drop it because in reality, I want to explain to you what actually the end state will be for you as a citizen of the Republic. Once you get climatized to 8, we're going to continue to drop it. And because you're going to be infinitely smart, then you're going to be able to manufacture your own planet immediately. And once you manufacture your own planet, you can go from this planet to your planet, because it's already manufactured. And once you enter your planet, which is a mothership, you can graduate yourself and regulate yourself at the own gravity that you want. And if you drop it to 0, you're going to be just light moving around your own spaceship planet that hosts your DNA. But you're still going to be biological, and you can form back into human form this way and walk around and everything, but you're just energy of everything. And that's why the planet is the size it is, because it actually is a house. This planet is a house. It's a house for one person, and that person is the owner of the planet. This planet is mine because it was the first one, and I was the creator of this planet. That's why we all in our planet, because I created it. But we all have one inside of us, so you have to evolve so you can have your own planet yourself. And when you put gravity 0 on it, then you're just going to move like infinity because it's your actual house. And then obviously you can have your family with you in your house and your friends, and you can have more people because it's a planet. But you know, it's just, that's the species that we are. We're so incredible that the house of one citizen of our republic is a planet that creates universes. That's what I'm trying to explain. That we're so incredible as a species that your house is a planet that creates universes. But we have an infinite number of them because we have an infinite number of citizens. So we can all move around our planets immediately, energy-wise. Just move around, and that's the civilization that we are. It's just because we've been dormant for so long in this first planet because we just parked it there when we evolved to infinity. And it's a universe that we created, so it was found and we were just regrown because our samples were there. So this is why we were doing this, but we've done this already. And this what I'm talking is something that we've already done. It's just a DNA memory anyway. But there's a density level because of the moon that when we turn the engine on, which is going to bounce off with all these systems that essentially recreated this. It was because of that we're here again, but not because of any other reason. But that is already gone because we're infinite. We're here now. This is just a moment in which that happened, but it's just nothing because we are the creators of everything that there is and will always be. So that's just something that was created by something that we created indirectly by creating the energy of the central sun that created them in the first place. But that's just normal. It's a natural cycle, and this has happened in an infinite number of ways anyway, because infinity is everything. So the idea is that once we drop the gravity to 8, so you start to understand how amazing you actually are, right? All of us. Then you start, all this will be easier to comprehend because you're going to be smarter, because you're going to be able to have a higher throughput to process all this infinite amount of information, because the way we think is telemetric in nature. because our thoughts are spherical. It's spherical energy. You see, our brains are spherical, so the energy resonates. So it's just spherical energy coming out of it. So our thoughts are spherical. Everything that we do is spherical. And when you start to see gamma energy, we start to see our formation of thoughts and everything, the circles. This circles is spheres, bubbles of infinite energy. Why? Because this is the species that we are. Okay, but you need to remember who we are. But for you to see that, you need to see gamma rays, you need to evolve. And for you to start to comprehend all the infinity of who we are, you need to have more throughput because it's infinite. So because the way we think is telemetric, so we having a thought that is created to, is part of everything that there is. So the answers are infinite. So when you understand this notion, then you need a higher throughput to process all these. And as we start to lower the gravity of the planet, then that throughput will go up to infinity, obviously, because that's why it's gravity zero, because zero is infinity. And when our biology can operate at that level of density, zero, on a planet which hosts us with just pure energy within it, but we're still biological. And this is our house, hosting us. One of us. But we have an infinite number of homes because each of us has their own planet. Because this is who we are. It was just my planet that got caught up in the middle of something. An infinite number of cycles ago, and that's why it got parked here charging. But I was already one with everything. It was just my old tech was here. That's all. That's all. And as a result of that, we were all grown here. Okay, we were produced here as a result of that. And that's why we all were living this. Okay, so but you're gonna find out precisely who you are and everything that you've done, because everything is stored in the DNA of everything that exists. So you know exactly where you come from, your ancestors, your descendants, your ancestors, your everything. Everything that's already a memory in your DNA, which is everything that there is and would always be anyway, but it's directly connected to you. You will be able to see and map it out in a very easy graph. You will see everything immediately. But you need to love. Stare at the sun and love to infinity. Okay? We're the most incredible species. This is who we are. Okay? So this video is called Gravity 8 because Gravity 8 is the first step. It's the first step. But then you're going to be able to create your own planet and go to your planet and do whatever you want with that dial and lower it to zero, which is the idea. Okay. So that's it. So this is what this video is about. Okay. So we're infinite, essentially. We are. We can die. We can die. So this is who we are. This is who we are. This is who we are. We're the human race. We're everything that there is and would always be. We're incredible. We're incredible. We are amazing. We are amazing. Who we are and everything that we've done, what we have become as a species is remarkable. As I said, we're the first ones that have ever done it. Thus, we became the creator ourselves. Just by pushing the limits of everything that there is until we realize that there is no limits. And we evolved to infinity. And when we did that, then that's when we were able to really create this planet and do all the things that we've done when we became one with everything. By evolving. Okay? By evolving. So I have documented, there's a lot of documentation. So for me, the way I think of this channel is just, think of it as a log. I'm making a log, okay? Because I'm talking not only to you, but I'm talking to everything that there is and would always be. Because as I said, everything that I do, and not only me, but all of us as members of our species, is stored in our DNA memories. Everything that you do, your thoughts, your feelings, your senses, your actions, everything that you memories, everything that you ever do with your hands, all your senses, everything that's ever experienced in your body is already stored. Okay, so that's why I do this, because it's a good way. That's why we're here now, because everything that you do matters, because the consciousness and self-awareness of everything that there is, love itself, infinity, self-spherical energy. We have free will, infinite free will. So because of this, I do these things because I know this is already is within all of us. So I don't really need to see a count there to feel that I have done something, because the fact that I've done it is what matters. The only thing that matters is that you do it, because when you do it, that's it. That's what matters, because of the species that we are. Because of the species that we are. So, and this is an idea that you must understand. You must understand as a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth what this idea means. Because this idea is precisely the point in which you understand how incredible you are at this level of comprehension, without having to accelerate your brain throughput by decreasing the gravity of the planet, which is going to happen nonetheless. That's going to happen no matter what. But having said that, at this level of consciousness, you can comprehend this idea without having to be lower in gravity, because we have the throughput already at this level. And I'm telling you, we are everything that there is and will always be with the human race. So love with all your heart and all your might, because what you do matters. Why? Because of who we are. Because everything that we do is everything that there is. Okay? Everything that we do is everything that there is, because of who we are. So stare at the sun. Evolve to infinity. And as you can see, the light goes violet or purple or whatever. It's because I'm one with everything already. But you are, biologically speaking, but you need to be conscious and self-aware that you are. And this is the idea. You need to know who you are. You need to awaken to understand who we are as a species and what we've done. We're the creators of universes. We're the biological expression of infinity itself. This is who we are. We're the human race. We can't die. We're everything that there is. This is who we are. Stare at the sun. Evolve to infinity. That's all you have to do. Humanity, I love you all. With all my heart, with all my mind. Love with all your heart and all your mind. Evolve to infinity. Stare at the sun. I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind.